Hi, I'm Ms. Ramos, and I'm one of the counselors here at Ardrey Kell High School, and I'm going to be showing you, the rising 12th graders, how to fill out your registration card today. So let's go. So in front of me, before I fill out my card, I have the registration card in front of me, my registration instructions, the AP contract, and the request for early release or late arrival in front of me. I also have the registration website pulled up. So first I'm going to start looking at my registration card, and at the top I've filled out all of my information with an email address, my parents' email address, just in case the counselors need to contact you before we have a registration appointment. Then down here at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and start with my my core classes. So I'm going to start with English. Last year I took AP English, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with that. So I'm going to select that one. And then I'm done with science, woohoo! So no more science for me. And then with math, I'm going to select my math class. And history, I've got one more history class left. So that's 3 so far. And I need to make a pair with AP English. So I'm going to choose AP Comp Gov. I've heard that class is really fun and interesting. So that's 4 right there. So now I'm going to start selecting my electives. The 2 electives I know that I want to take this coming year are going to be, I'm going to continue with my Spanish. So I'm going to select Spanish 4. And because that one is in bold, I'm also going to choose a bold elective to pair up with it. So I think I'm going to need a little bit of a brain break during the day. So I think I'm just going to go with cardio and core so I can get a little fitness in during the day. I think that's all I want to do because next year I'm actually going to take 2 periods of early release, which means that I'm going to come to school for first, second, and third period. And when third period's over, I'm going to get to go home every day all year, which is awesome. So I have this early release late arrival contract in front of me. I'm going to make sure I read it over with my parent, make sure I sign it, select the right thing. So in this case, I would be doing both semesters early release because I want 4th period off both semesters. I'm going to sign the bottom of it. I'm going to make sure my parent signs it, and then I'm going to return it. So that's that. I also need to make sure that back over here, I'm filling out backup classes. You definitely as a senior don't want to be in a class that you did not select. So I just have to choose 2 backups of each elective. So I'm going to come over here and choose 2 bold backup classes. So backups for cardio and core, I'm going to choose strength training and sports medicine. Those are both 8A, B-Day classes. And then 2 backup 1 semester classes. Well, I didn't choose any of those, but I guess I got to choose some backup. So I'm going to choose accounting, and I'm going to choose sports entertainment marketing 2 because I took sports entertainment marketing 1 this year and I liked it. So I'll take that one as a backup. So the other thing, then I'm going to sign the bottom of this, make sure I get my parent to sign it as well. And before I turn it into the school, since I selected some AP classes, I also need to fill out the AP contract. So this is an acknowledgement of the rigor and the expectations for class. So I'm going to fill it out, initial it, my parent's going to initial it. I'm going to get a teacher recommendation if I can. We understand this year it's going to be difficult, but if you can, we'd like you to get a teacher recommendation. And then I'm going to return this along with my registration card and my early release late arrival contract. I have 2 options to turn it in. I can either bring it to school on February 3rd or 4th. There's going to be bins outside that you can drop it off, or you can email it to the email address on your registration instruction sheet. Now, I took an AP class last year, so I kind of know the expectations, but if it's my very first time taking an AP class, we actually have an event for that. On Wednesday, January 27th, we have 2 sessions, one at 4 and one at 6 p.m. You can register for them on the registration website, and it's going to be a Zoom panel with students and teachers of AP classes just to ask questions, hear about people's experiences, understand what it's going to be like to take an AP class. We really want students to feel comfortable and welcome in the AP classes at Ardrey Kell. So that's an option for you if you're a rising senior and you have not taken an AP class and this is your first one. So in the meantime, you're more than welcome to email your counselor about any questions you have. We're here to help, and good luck with everything. Bye.
All right, now that you have seen that information about how to fill out your registration card, we're going to go over a couple more of the details about registration and your card. So a couple of the resources you might need while you're doing this is the AK registration website, which is www.akregistration.weebly.com, your registration card and instruction sheet, and potentially the AP contract and the early release and late arrival contract. You may also need the CMS high school planning guide. This is the Ardrey Kell registration website, which is linked at the bottom. Any kind of form, information, guide you're going to need is going to be on this website. Additionally, a link to your registration meeting is going to be here as well. The process. So after we do this video and you go to the registration website, look over the instruction sheet and start to fill out your card. If you still have questions that are specific to you or that you need answered by a counselor, you are welcome to attend one of our live Q&A Zoom sessions. We're going to have 4 dates and times available listed right there. This is the time for you or your family member to drop in with a counselor and just ask them quickly the question that you have and get that question answered. Like I said in the video, if it is your first time taking an AP course, please plan to attend the first time AP panel. The registration link is right there. February 2nd is the big day for entering your course request into PowerSchool for the last time. So everything up until then is going to be building up to that big day of entering those. So think of your registration card as a worksheet that you will use in order to enter your course request on February 2nd during homeroom. And then on February 3rd and 4th is when we're asking you to bring your actual registration card completed, your any contracts that you have attached to it, and bring those to the school in a bin that it will be located outside. Or you can email it to reg.cards@gmail.com, which is at the bottom there. March 10th is when we're going to start meeting with the rising senior class individually. So your homeroom has been assigned a day and time. On that day and time, you're going to log out of your class and log into your counselor's Zoom room, and you'll be in the waiting room until we pull you in one by one. It's going to look very similar to what we do in the library, where we just meet with each of you one-on-one to review your course requests, look over your transcript, and be sure that you're good to go for your senior year. Obviously, you guys know how to complete your registration card by now. This is your 4th time doing it, but you're going to mark potentially 8 courses, maybe less than that if you're choosing some early release or late arrival options. And then, of course, 4 alternates, 2 A-Day, B-Day, and 2 semester alternates. You can only choose classes that are listed on your registration card. Some classes do have prerequisites that you mostly know by now, but if you need more information about that, the AK course guide and the CMS planning guide will give you all the prerequisites that you need. Some classes do require an application, and those applications are on the registration website. And just be sure that you and a parent have signed your card. Of course, you know that classes are offered as a semester long or A-Day, B-Day, and those A-Day, B-Day classes do need to be selected in pairs. Standard versus honors, again, something you guys already know, but it might be your first time thinking about potentially jumping up to honors English or honors math. The best person to ask about that is going to be a former teacher. So whether it be somebody from last semester or last year, you are more than welcome to reach out to them by email and just say, hey, I'm thinking about moving up to honors English next year. What do you think? And they're going to be the best one to guide you in that decision. How do I know what class to pick? This is a handy chart if you need it to see what class comes next for you. The math track can get a little bit tricky. English is pretty straightforward, and then you can see the rest of the classes listed here. Electives, of course, what are you interested in? You know by now kind of which classes you've enjoyed, which classes you want to move forward with. Every single class has a description on that AK course description guide. And the main thing is we want you to consider your course load as a whole. We want you to be challenged, but not overwhelmed. Alternates, we do need 2 of each kind. We need 2 A-Day, B-Day, and 2 semester long. Even if you're choosing less than 8 classes, we do need to have some backups just in case your top choices do not work out. Seniors are not limited in the number of AP classes they can sign up for. Of course, again, going back to please be sure that you are considering the rigor and workload of these classes. Do not sign up for straight AP classes if you feel like you're not kind of managing it well this year. Think about you, think about what you're going to be into next year, and then kind of make some decisions. Again, those videos, descriptions, information is on our website for you to get a pretty good idea of exactly what that might look like for you. Of course, if you sign up for an AP contract, or an AP class, you are going to need to turn in an AP contract as well, which does outline the fact that you are not permitted to drop the class and goes over some of the rigor expectations. NCVPS is a good option for students who want to take a class that is not offered at Ardrey Kell. So sometimes that's a different AP class or maybe a foreign language that we don't normally teach. If that is something that's interesting to you, please take a look at the website akvc3.com/NCVPS for more information about that. Dual enrollment or career and college promise is taking classes at CPCC. We do have a partnership with them where students can apply to take classes through CPCC as part of their school day. So this could be something where you take a couple of classes at Ardrey Kell and a couple of classes at CPCC if you are prepared and ready. Again, this is something that these classes are at an AP level. So it's not necessarily for everybody right now, but if it is something that you're interested in, please visit akvc3.com/CCP. Early release and late arrival is something that is only offered to seniors. It is a chance for you to come to school late or leave school early if you have met all of your graduation requirements or will meet them within your schedule next year. This does require a contract signed by you and a parent. It does not guarantee parking, and it is something that we want students to highly consider if you are just wanting to take a couple of classes and want to just kind of be out of the building, sleep in a little bit, go straight to work after school, something like that. That's a great chance for you to do early release and late arrival. Again, that contract needs to be signed and returned with your other registration materials. Mid-year graduation is something that some students take advantage of if they just kind of want to be done with high school or they have something to do second semester, whether that's go ahead and starting work, working with their family, something like that is a good reason to do mid-year graduation. So this would look like you taking your required classes in the fall, maybe your English, math class, history class in the fall, and then you graduate in January. So you're completely done in January. You have no classes second semester. You are an Ardrey Kell graduate. The limitations to this are that you are not permitted to participate in any spring activities or sports or June graduation with Ardrey Kell because you are no longer considered an Ardrey Kell student. There is a mid-year graduation ceremony, so you still are going to get that ceremony. It's just combined with other schools' mid-year graduates as well. And the other limitation is you can't take any year-long classes. So if you're always been an orchestra and theater kid, you would not be able to take those classes your senior year because you would be cut off at the semester mark. So this only allows you to take one semester classes. But if this is something that you're interested in, it is going to be an option for you to mark as a class in PowerSchool. So when you're choosing your classes, you would choose those 4 you want to take first semester, and then you would actually select mid-year graduation as one of your classes, and it'll take up 4 spots in PowerSchool. And let me go back to the early release and late arrival on the same token. This will count as a class period. So if you are going to do 2 periods of early release, whether let's say that's going to be 4th period all year long, that means you need to choose 6 classes, and then you'll select early release as 2 of your classes in PowerSchool. So it's only going to make you select 8 total, and early release would be 2 of those if you're choosing to do it year long. You'll see all the different options in there. Some students decide to do just A-days, 4th period. Some students decide to do 1st and 4th period. You can't do just 2nd or just 3rd. It does have to be kind of consecutive. We can't have you leaving the building and coming back. But you'll see all the different options on the contract and in PowerSchool for you to select. So what are the next steps? Please visit the registration website. I promise you, if you have a question, it is answered on the website. Look at those course descriptions and course sequencing recommendations, the AP information. If you have remaining questions, please don't hesitate to drop into one of those Q&A sessions with the counselors. Register for that AP panel if it is your first time taking an AP class. Speak to your teachers about their recommendations for you. Do not hesitate to email counselors if you have questions about anything that you're not finding any information about, something quick. We're more than happy to answer questions for you. Make sure that card is completed by February 2nd so that in homeroom, you're not wasting any time trying to fill it out. So you can just go ahead and enter the courses and just be done with it. And then February 3rd and 4th, bring that card and any attachments, forms, contracts attached to it. Bring it back to the school, put it in the bins outside, or you can email it to ak.reg.cards@gmail.com. Until then, I hope you have some good times at school, and we will see you soon. Bye.